Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tony. This is the 15-Minute Gamer and welcome to my review of Songs of Conquest. It's a turn-based strategy adventure game that fuses RPG, tactical combat and kingdom management. Raise mighty armies, wield ancient magic and conquer distant lands to build an empire that bards will sing about for centuries. It's currently in early access. It came out last week. Before all that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, smash the like button and comment below to let me know what you think. Now let's talk about this game. So, to play this game, you have a main character, you walk around the game world, kind of like Mountain Blade, you know, where it zooms out and you can see around and stuff like that's like an overmap. You pick up supplies like wood, stone, there's weapons to collect and armor, you fight enemies, you collect magical things that can buff or debuff you for the next battle. There is a battle system in there, it's turn-based on a grid type system, so loads of hexes. You on one side, enemy on the other. You have a certain amount of AP type moves. You can cast magic, you can do damage, they'll do damage. You can say like up your defense or damage the enemy. It's heavily inspired, and I mean, it's basically Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Yeah, it does manage to distinguish itself a little bit by introducing a couple of unique mechanics, which changed the core gameplay and kind of bring it into the modern age. There's a nice city building system, or they say a realm building system, which is quite nice. It looks like an RTS, so you know you can have buildings to get resources, build troops. However, you can't just like put them anywhere. There's only a set number of squares and you may have to demolish one building to put another building down. There's also a stack limit for your troops, which allows for a lot of build diversity to give a little bit of a newer feel, and you can like level up your character to get more build slots or different powers, that sort of thing. Moving on to performance and bugs, you know what, it performed really well. There was a couple of slowdowns further into the campaign. Bugs wise, didn't really come across any, so for that sort of thing it was really good. Moving on to graphics and sound, visual design is of a high quality. The game just has a lot of atmosphere with the beautiful art style and visuals. It has like that nice bitty art style, which can be a bit overused in gaming at the moment, but in this one I think it works really well. And there's nice little touches like at the end of the battle when the final unit dies, like there's a little animation. I quite like that. And when you're wandering around the magical world, things are glowing, they're cartoony, they're fun, they're bright, colourful, and I do really like that because it really sets that fantasy landscape. There's a really calm soundtrack as well. Like there's one early on when like a bard starts singing about you, and I thought that was just a really nice touch because that must have been written just for this game. So moving on to gameplay and the game itself, there is a campaign in there and it presents the story pretty well, but from what there is, it's all right so far. It's pretty basic, but it does set the scene well, and when you're moving around you'll have interactions with characters. They'll talk to you or badmouth you before you get into a fight or something, but so far I've enjoyed what I've seen. Battles can be auto-resolved or you can choose to do them manually. Battles take place on kind of a hex system, and as I said, you'll kind of move around with AP and attack, and you have a certain amount of attack points and defense points. If you lose all them, you kind of defensy people points, you just die and you lose that unit. I must admit, I auto-resolved about 90% of my battles, as I found them a bit too frequent. So I was a bit like, oh, I can't bother to do this again, so I just click auto resolve, and the auto resolve seems to be pretty fair. I'm not a huge fan of turn-based combat to be fair anyway, so this combat system doesn't massively appeal to me. Some of the issues in the game, there are some minor quality of life features and some annoying stuff, like moving troops from the town defenders to your hero and around is just a bit of a chore. It's not very intuitive. You can't replay auto-resolve battles to maybe see what went wrong or where you could improve or what sort of troops you may need. That could do being put in. And also, I think turn-based movement should be disabled in your towns and cities, because when you're just kind of just going around looking at stuff, it can take a couple of turns. It's a little bit annoying. Unit abilities and faction mechanics are a bit too similar. The majority of research upgrades are pretty much the same across all the factions, and the units have very similar abilities. I would like to see more diversity here and built up. while the campaign is alright, they only cover 2 out of the 4 playable in-game factions, and there's only like 4 missions on each campaign, so I'd like to see that upped as well. And kind of finally, the only other issue was the tutorial. I didn't find it particularly intuitive. I don't like reading loads of text with the odd picture. It's not how I learn. Some other people might be different. I think it could do with some videos or be in-game a bit more. So, saying all that, would I recommend this game? Well, it has that one more turn feel, which is never a bad thing. There is a lot of detail and passion put into this game. You can tell the gameplay is pretty fun, even though I'm not a fan of turn-based games. It's addictive, as I said, for that one more turn, and the atmosphere is spot on. I've seen a few reviews on this game, people saying like it feels like coming home to seeing an old friend, but it's something new. And after watching a few Heroes of Might and Magic videos just to kind of get a feel, I can see that. I can see why people would say that. I think this could be a really good sort of entry point for new players who are interested in the genre, maybe don't want to check out the older games or think they look a bit dated. So I think newer players could enjoy this. The game is in early access, as I said, so it is missing a few things, but there is a map editor, so the community will make their own maps and maybe even the odd campaign. So considering this game's only been out a week, people seem to really enjoy it. I did enjoy it. I'll probably come back and revisit when it's complete. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the review. I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.